Welcome to this special interview where we dive into one of the most famous and tragic stories of all time, Oedipus Rex. Joining me are three central figures in the drama: Oedipus, king of Thebes; Jocasta, his wife and queen; and Tiresias, the blind prophet. Thank you all for being here. Let's begin. Oedipus, let's start with you. You became king after solving the riddle of the Sphinx and were celebrated as a hero. At what point did things start to unravel for you?
So it all started for me when Thebes was struck by a plague, a very great plague. Many were dying, and many were accusing me of being an illegitimate ruler, and I couldn't stand for that. I promised to solve the curse that was led upon Thebes and to fix the plague.
So, it was your sense of responsibility that set everything in motion?
Yes, after I found out that the curse had been brought upon the murder of King Laius, I felt a sense of responsibility to solve what was causing this plague.
Tiresias, as the one who knew the truth from the beginning, how did you feel when Oedipus asked you for help?
I had felt conflicted because I knew that the truth would not only cause pain to Oedipus, but to Thebes in all. And I just, I have to carry that burden every day.
You were first reluctant to tell Oedipus the truth at first. Why was that?
That was because I knew that Oedipus here wouldn't accept the truth because it was just too painful and he's too proud of himself to take the truth.
That's not true. That's not true. You let me live in ignorance, and knowing that I could full and well act and save the plague that was cursed upon Thebes, you instead sat and let me be ignorant, and I'm in the dark. I can't do anything, and you let that happen. You did not spare Thebes. You were the reason Thebes suffered.
Oedipus. If I told you everything at once, you would have just called me a liar.
That's not true.
You were not ready to hear the truth, Oedipus.
Why did you not stop the investigation when you started to suspect the truth?
I tried. I begged Oedipus to drop it, to leave the past alone, but he wouldn't listen. He was determined to find the truth. Little did he know it would destroy me and him too. I wanted to protect you. You were already so tormented. I thought that maybe if I denied the truth for long enough, we could live peacefully, together. But the truth, it doesn't stay hidden.
Oedipus, when did you first realize that the prophecy, the one that said you would kill your father and marry your mother, had come true?
The moment I had heard the shepherd story, I just couldn't believe it. The one that said that I would kill my own father and marry my own mother. I just couldn't believe it, you know. And then I had killed the man at the crossroads. I hadn't realized that was King Laius, my father. And then the woman I married was my own mother.
What went through your mind at that moment?
Disgust, horror, and rage. The prophecy I had been avoiding my whole life was the one I ran straight into.
Tiresias, you said before that the fate is unavoidable. Do you believe Oedipus ever had a chance to escape his destiny?
No, fate is not unavoidable. Fate is like a river. You can try to swim against its current, but it will always carry you to its end. Oedipus was doomed the moment the prophecy was spoken.
So you're saying I never had a choice? That everything I did was meaningless? The riddle of the Sphinx, leaving the Corinth, everything I did had no meaning?
No, Oedipus. Not everything you did was meaningless. It shaped the path that you had taken, but your destination was always going to be the same.
Then what's the point of any of this? What is the meaning? Why did the gods punish me for this?
Oedipus, the gods don't punish out of cruelty. They teach through suffering. Your story is just a warning to all others about pride, ignorance, and the limits of human control.
Jocasta, what do you truly think about fate? Do you truly believe it is unchangeable?
I didn't want to believe it, but when Laius and I heard about the prophecy, we thought we could outsmart it by preventing it, by taking steps. Every step we took just brought us closer to our destiny. Now I believe that fate cannot be changed.
If you could go back and change one moment, what would it truly be?
I wouldn't have sent Oedipus away as a baby. Maybe if we had raised him on our own, things would have turned out differently. But I'll never know now.
Oedipus, same question to you. If you could change one moment, what would it be?
I wouldn't have left Corinth. I thought that if I ran away from there, I wouldn't have met my fate, but it only brought me closer. I thought I was protecting my family when really I put them in danger.
Tiresias, do you think there's anything to be learned from this tragedy?
Yes, the story of Oedipus teaches us that no one can escape fate, and it also teaches us about the dangers of pride and ignorance. If Oedipus had just listened from the beginning and had been less quick to anger, perhaps the truth would have came out more gently.
Or maybe the gods like watching us suffer.
The gods do not create suffering for their pleasure, Oedipus. They use it to teach. Your story will live on, warning others to respect faith and wisdom.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts, Oedipus. This has been a very eye-opening conversation, though I imagine it's been a painful one for you as well.
Painful doesn't even begin to describe it.
Jocasta, your thoughts on this?
Some truths are just too much to bear.
And finally, Tiresias.
And yet, they must be born. That is the way of life.